All right, guys, the Screen Team is back, and we've got a special 1-hour edition of the show for you. We're doing movie reviews, both new and old, this evening. Some of the highlights for you this hour, we've got movies like Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington. We'll also be doing Room, which was nominated for Best Picture this year. Road to Perdition. We got an animated film that I love. It's called Bebe's Kids. We'll get to that here shortly. Also a classic, Singing in the Rain. But we're going to start things off with a movie called The Rocketeer, and I've got my good friend Toby Spencer to go over the film. Toby, how are you this evening?
I'm doing fantastic.
It's good to see you, and I'm glad to have you on the show doing this review. Rocketeer is a movie I love.
I grew up with Rocketeer. That hit while I was in high school. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, it came out, and this movie is set in the 1940s, and I love that decade.
I do, and a lot of the classic movies, it seemed like, take that, especially the superhero movies, seem to lean back to that era, because it was just, everything was... I don't know. It was just bright and shiny, and everything was new.
It had the it seemed perfect, even though it wasn't.
Oh, right. Men were men and gals were dames.
That's right. That's right. And the music was good. You had the swing dancing era, and I guess one of the reasons why I love this film is because it is set in the 1940s, but this is just a good, fun family adventure film.
It is.
It's got your hero, the guy who plays the Rocketeer, Billy Connolly, I believe is his name. You got the beautiful girlfriend, Jennifer Connelly. Oh my goodness!
Oh, she was so pretty.
Oh my goodness!
But my
gracious.
favorite is the stereotypical villain in Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton's awesome.
All he had to do was twirl his mustache. Then it would be just like the cartoons. And that was the beauty of this movie. It really reminded me of your old-fashioned, the serials that came into the old radio shows. It was kind of had that bend to it. But like you said, it was fun for the entire family.
Yeah. I want to make a correction. His name is Billy Campbell, not Billy Connolly.
Billy Campbell. I knew that wasn't right. Connolly was Jennifer.
But Timothy Dalton, he plays Neville Sinclair, who's kind of like a, what's the name of that actor? Errol Flynn.
Errol Flynn.
He kind of has that kind of...
Well, he always looked like Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he based that character because he was very flamboyant and everything was really out there.
Yeah, and he had that pencil-thin mustache, like you said. These two, Billy Campbell and Alan Arkin, whose character in this film is called P.V. Peabody, they come across a device, a rocket, which is basically capable of a human being being able to fly, basically. Right. And everybody wants their hands on this. The FBI wants their hands on it. The Nazis want their hands on it. The mob, everybody wants their hands on it. But Billy Campbell has it, and he becomes the hero of this film.
The superhero.
And that's what makes it fun. It's just, you got this great character in there. You got great action sequences, and, it's the typical...
and it's
story.
Just cheesy enough to be fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't take itself too seriously. And really when it came out, it was really ahead of its time in effects and things, because this was pre-Star Wars. And, it was a Disney movie, so you had that built-in audience, but it was still fun. I mean, adults found just as much into the storyline as the kids did.
So would you agree that this is a film that both the little kids and mom and dad can
I would have
no
problem taking a 4 or 5, 6-year-old that old enough to go to a theater or to sit down and enjoy a full movie, on up to grandpa and grandma. Everybody can enjoy this. If you realize it's not going to have the effects that the movies today do, and you're not going to have the 3D effects and things that we've gotten used to, but just to sit down and have a fun movie, a family night,
right?
In front of the TV with popcorn and sodas, sure, it'd be a great time.
Heck yeah, for sure. There is talk that Disney is going to make another one of these, another Rocketeer.
Really?
Would you be not necessarily a sequel, but I guess kind of a total reimagination
kind
of
like
it?
They've been doing a lot of that. The Tarzan movie has had a revamp to it, and the Jungle Book and Pete's Dragon has recently been redone. So that would make sense. I almost hate to see them do that, though, because I think it loses something, the original, because that's part of the fun of it. Yeah. It is such an innocent movie. It's got
a special flavor to it. The movie was directed by Joe Johnston, who, for those of you who don't know, Joe is he directed Captain America, the first one, but he also had a special hand in Star Wars. He came up with the design, I believe, for the costume for Boba Fett.
Oh, really?
Who is just a classic Star Wars character.
Yeah.
So he had a hand in that. So
I did not realize that. How cool.
So the movie is called The Rocketeer. You can find it on DVD. It's really a great family film, and one of those movies you can watch on a Saturday evening, like you said, with a bucket of popcorn, and the whole family can curl up and.
Exactly. That's one of those snowed-in movies too that everybody's going to enjoy, and you don't have to worry about covering up the kids' eyes or covering up the ears for a month, because you're not going to have that problem with this movie.
Very, very true. The movie's called The Rocketeer. Coming up after the break, we're going to review a classic, for goodness sake. It's called Singing in the Rain. We'll get to that next, right here on KWOC.